Hey guys! Welcome to Couple. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. The refusal by many media outlets to offer proportionate coverage empowers the worst elements of the radical left. Let's take a short walk down memory lane. Not long ago, on January 2, 2016, a small group of armed protesters seized an unoccupied federal building in the Malha National Wildlife Refuge. The refuge is located in a relatively isolated area in eastern Oregon, and the occupied building itself was far from any populated area. The protests were related to a long-running land dispute between the federal government and Steve and Dwight Hammond, a dispute that culminated in a vindictive prosecution against the Hammonds, under the Federal Anti-Terrorism and Effective Death Penalty Act, for two burns that caused a trifling amount of damage, less than $1,000, to public lands. The occupation created a media firestorm. It was covered from coast to coast, and #OregonUnderAttack trended on Twitter. The occupation was the news story for days. It spawned countless think pieces lamenting the rise of violence on the right, including a debate about whether the protesters were domestic terrorists. The protests continued until the last arrests in early February. On January 26, law enforcement shot and killed one of the protesters when he attempted to evade a roadblock, left his car, and seemed to reach for his waistband as he fled the scene on foot. Again, all of this was covered, breathlessly, from beginning to end. But how many of you know about a very different Oregon standoff, one that ended just weeks ago? How many of you are aware that protesters used threats of violence in the heart of a great American city to besiege a federal building for more than a month, and that local law enforcement allegedly refused to intervene to protect federal employees from the mob? Until the report by Andy Ngo in the Wall Street Journal on August 3, there was no adequate national coverage of a terrifying campaign of harassment and intimidation directed against ICE officials in Portland, or. The details are infuriating. A mob surrounded ICE's office in southwest Portland June 19. They barricaded the exits and blocked the driveway. They sent guards to patrol the doors, trapping workers inside. At night they laid on the street, stopping traffic at a critical junction near a hospital. Police stayed away. At this time I am denying your request for additional resources, the Portland Police Bureau's deputy chief, Robert Day, wrote to federal officers pleading for help. Hours later, the remaining ICE workers were finally evacuated by a small federal police team. The facility shut down for more than a week.